5 o'clock, we clocked out, and I got some parts. So we're gonna go hit that mailbox. All right, so now getting back on the highway. Like I said, I got something for the bike, you know, and I think this was a good pull. I think this is probably the most discounted I've seen it anywhere else, and it's exactly what I needed to be able to dial in our fitment for the bike. So that's all I'm gonna really say for now. I got about a good 20-minute ride to get out there, so, and I'm ready to get home. I'm tired of driving. I've been driving, done like a total of like 10 hours. I think I've done a total of like 10, maybe 12 hours of driving over the weekend, and I'm just tuckered out. I want to just go home, relax, but I might get that itch to do some work on the bike once I get to see this part. So we're gonna go ahead and run over there and get this thing unboxed. So I'm back in the garage. I still haven't quite gotten the part in just yet. I just checked tracking after going to the mailbox. It's still not here just yet, but it should be arriving tonight before 10 p.m. So it really just could be any minute by the time I get this. So what I'm doing now, I already got ahead and got the bike kind of perked up here. I got the low boy shock 235 mil, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start getting this thing ready for the new part. So, but here's something that is quite a bitch. So of course it takes a damn 10 mil down here at the bottom. I thought it'd be a little bit tighter, but yeah, so this thing is already loose at the base. I can't quite put a socket on there because my shorty socket hits right here on the back of this arm right here, and I can't even get a ratchet to it without this being in the way. So I have to do this wrench up here. I think this is a 12. I want to say this is a 12 millimeter up here. So that, and on the back side here, this is literally just a screw in piece. So I got to get this part as well as soon as I get this pulled. I don't think I have my socket set in here, which is stupid. So I might have to go back into the apartment to get it. So I think my skinny ass is gonna run up to the apartment, grab a couple things, maybe get a quick little, and then hit a socket set for this little thing. And hopefully by the time we come back, that shock should be in the box. And then I can hit the mail room and then come back down before having to make a third trip. So we shall see. All right, so back at the garage, I did have to do a wardrobe change. I wasn't trying to get my khakis dirty, and honestly, I just wasn't feeling the fit for the video, but I decided to go up. I got the box. As soon as I probably ended that clip, I got the notification, so I ran out mailbox, got changed, went out. I got the socket sets that I needed, finally, and then, of course, a little bit of KFC to get me through my way here for the rest of this video, so KFC, please sponsor me. The part that I got, I ended up going on scooter tuning, and I ended up finding the Lowboy 235 mil drop shock at a crazy price. So, of course, these guys I feel like are the main vendor for Ruck House and a couple others. I could be wrong, but I mean, it literally has Ruck House here on the sticker, Action Marine, and there's a gear with a Z or an S on it. I never seen that logo, but yeah. So my best guess is that this is the distributor for all these other places. So I think this is why I got it the cheapest. So what I saw for MSRP on the 235 mil drop shock was originally around 140, 130, and I saw one at 119. So this, $94, free shipping. So I said, you know what? I was gonna wait to order the shock, but I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and dial the suspension before the wheels get here and make sure we get everything that we need. So that way when the wheels do get here, we're gonna be ready to just to throw it on. So I ended up getting the drop shock, and here she is in all of her glory. Beautiful silver on chrome finish. It's not actually chrome, but I mean, overall, definitely a good look. This definitely beats that orange that I had going on. A lot of people did like the orange for the color pop with the Gen 5s. I kind of wish the shock color was optional as well as the body color, but sadly enough, it's not quite how we got it. And the reason why we went with the low boy, of course there was other options for drop shocks out there, and I really originally wanted to bag this bike, but I ended up putting the money towards the wheels and the tires more than the suspension. So that part I know is probably cringe for a lot of the car guys and stance guys, you know, and I personally don't like that either. But at the same point, I didn't want to spend $500 on an airbag system and be on monoblock wheels. I just didn't think that made sense. So I reconsidered my options for suspension, and this honestly was going to be my best choice, was the 235 mil low boy drop shock. With this, you get a capable range, I think of 1.5 inches lower drop. So I think that was kind of more fitting to what I was wanting. I wanted a lower stance, and for the far as the reviews on the 235 on the low boy, actually gave it quite a bit of a boost for me to be able to look at it and say, okay, like it's got reviews on comfortability, and it's got reviews on looks, the quality, and it kind of fitted everything that I needed. And less than $100 for this, I was thinking, okay, like I'm gonna give it a shot. So here's the 235 mil. I went ahead and dropped the low boy, or not the low boy, the original shock down here. As you can see, it's already way out there. I've got that thing just sitting flat. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rest of this thing off, slap this thing on, and then after that, I guess we'll just do a test ride after I get this on, span a wrench down, and get it tightened and get it ready. So here we go. Okay, so I did not film the install. I'm sorry, I should have. But for those of you with Gen 5 Mad Dogs, make sure you go from the bottom first and then work to the top mount of the frame. Because if you go the other way, for some reason the base plate on the low boy has trouble adjusting itself. And I tried 30 different freaking ways to make sure I had like everything assisted perfectly for the right guide point. I cannot get that bolt to start at all. Now, if you look at the base plate between your Gen 5 bottom shock compared to the low boy's got a thicker plating. So you're gonna realize that that bolt's gonna get right to the edge of that inside of that CNC, or to the outside of it, and that's it. You're not gonna have any threads sticking out. So when you get it in, make sure it is fully tight. Make sure you guys do torque your stuff down. But besides that, start with the base, get your adjustments, then throw it onto the top side, bolt it up here, and then you're done. So I got my spanner wrenches, I got everything tightened down, I got it to the height that I think that I like. It's got a little bit of a more drop than I like, and I think it looks good. So, and I have it running right now because my underglow killed it. So, oh well. But hey, it looks sick. I'm gonna go do a little test ride and see what it feels like compared to the original shock, which had an air chuck with it that was supposed to help with the ride quality, and that didn't do anything. So I'm gonna take a low boy out, see how it rides, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, so from the B-roll, I think you guys could tell that I was really enjoying the bike. And safe to say, after just that $100 I spent on this, my ride quality has jumped up insanely. Like, it's actually absorbing every bump. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, this isn't a Cadillac, but it damn sure feels like an ESV Platinum now after just doing the low boy 235 mils. So guys, like, please, if you guys hate the ride quality on these Gen 5 150s and the 50s, get rid of that shock and go spend the 100 to 140 bucks. Go to the Ruck House or scootertuning.com. You guys can find the shock, and I promise you're gonna love your bike a lot. So thanks for that. I did drop in the rear end just about a good inch. I do have an inch and a half worth of play, if not more. Actually, with these threads, you can see quite a bit. I've got a ways I can still go. So another, I'd say, a quarter inch. Yeah. So guys, make sure you guys get this strut for your bike and save your back. Have a good one.